Hi everyone, myself Akash. I'm from Kerala Limit. Today I have Bhargav with me, who is doing his MTech research in signal processing and machine learning of EC department in NIT Surathkal. Hi Bhargav, welcome to
Hello,
today's session.
hello. So first of all, I would like to thank you for calling me in this interview. And yeah, I'm Bhargava BC. I'm currently pursuing my MTech research in signal processing and machine learning at NITK Surathkal.
Okay,
So yeah, that's all. Right now I'm in second year. So
hmm.
yeah, third semester.
What was your CGPA and GATE score?
Yeah, I basically completed my BTech in electronics and communication from Triple IT Dharwad. My CGPA was almost like 9.2, and my GATE score was almost 8,000.
Okay. Why did you apply for MTech research NIT Surathkal? Why not any other college by CCMT?
Yeah, my ambition was basically even now it's I wanted to pursue a PhD and go for higher studies and become a professor. So I felt that rather than going for MTech, like regular MTech where you will be doing normal courses and you will be doing project, it's better to go for MTech research because since if you want to pursue something like PhD and all, like MTech research will be a gateway for me. So that's where I felt like okay, MTech research is better, and I applied for application of MTech research at NITK Surathkal.
Okay. How do you came to know about MTech research program is going on in NITK?
Yeah, I one of my friend he was a random friend. Like I met him through LinkedIn, so
Okay.
LinkedIn profiles. Like he was also preparing for GATE, and he had taken a 1 year break.
Hmm.
So through him, I got to know that okay, there's something like MTech research and applications are open at NITK Surathkal. So
Hmm.
last year, what happened was since due to this corona and all, it was almost open. The portal was almost opened by August 15th. So we
Okay.
had enough time to think of where exactly to apply and what exactly to apply.
Hmm.
So I and him, we both applied for our interest of streams and all these courses.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's
Now,
how. Yeah.
as of now, forms are out.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
how many department maximum you can apply if you're from EC?
Yeah. Yeah, okay. See, first of all, let me tell you a scenario. One of my friend, he had applied for almost four departments, and he
Okay.
got selected in all four.
Oh.
Only thing is, like, you can apply for n number of applications.
Hmm.
Only thing is, if you have got knowledge, they'll select. Otherwise, you'll be rejected. And
Okay.
even though you will get selected, even if you get selected in all the applications that you filled, you can
Hmm.
join only one. So
Hmm.
of course only one course you can join. So
Hmm.
that's one thing. If you come to in computer science you can apply for one thing, and in EC, like since signal processing and machine learning, since
Okay.
machine learning nowadays,
It's booming.
every people from every field are coming into machine learning, so you could even apply for that also. So that's not an issue. Like if you've got interest, like you can apply for any field. Yeah.
Okay. How many seats are there in MTech research in each branch of EC for research students?
Yeah, okay. Basically, like for every branch,
Hmm.
MTech program in EC has got three branches, I guess.
Hmm.
VLSI in our college,
Hmm.
VLSI and communications and signal processing and machine learning. Yeah, so every single branch has got two seats for MTech research.
Hmm.
So they'll select initially. They'll select. So if you accept the offer letter, they'll give it. So going for waiting list candidates or not going for the waiting list candidates,
Hmm.
it depends on the college. Like they can choose on whether to go or not. Yeah.
Okay. What is the
So
range
yeah.
of GATE score and CGPA you would select to apply?
See, initially what they do is when the applications do come, they'll look at CGPA,
Hmm.
GATE score, and the CV that we'll be uploading. So basically, CGPA and GATE score, they'll be matching with each other. So GATE score range is almost you know, it's almost somewhere in between 4,000 to 8,000. See, I was almost like 8,000 and I got, and my
Gate
friend
score.
had, yeah, Gates. Okay, you are asking about Gate score. Okay, Gate score is almost like 450 to 500 out of 1,000. So in that particular range, greater than or equal to.
What about
Yeah.
CGPA?
CGPA almost like 8.5 and above, or even 8, above 8 is fine. And they do even look at your performances in interview and written tests. So that also matters a lot. So yeah.
Okay. How is the selection process? Does it have written plus interview or only interview?
Yeah, see, last year what happened was like for certain branches they conducted written test plus interview, and for certain other branches they did conduct only like interview. For our branch, it was almost like interview, and the interview went on for almost 30 minutes. Like there will be set of professors, like 6 to 7 professors. They'll be asking you questions regarding the branch which you did apply. So suppose if it's VLSA, they'll be asking questions related to that particular topic. And if you have applied for signal processing and machine learning, so they'll be asking questions regarded to all these machine learning and deep learning algorithms.
Okay. Is there any NITs which have similar kind of program?
Yeah, NIT Calicut has got a similar kind of program, and certain IITs have got similar, like MS by Research. Although the name is different, like it's similar to MTech by Research only.
NIT
So
Calicut
they,
has similar kind of program.
yeah, similar kind of program. So up to my knowledge, yeah, last year they had applications open. So yeah.
Okay. From where to prepare for interviews?
Yeah, for interviews, they do ask questions like randomly. They do start from the basics and they do go until higher level questions. So mostly like in basic level questions, they'll be see. I applied for signal processing and machine learning. They asked me initially like what is CNN, how exactly convolutions do happen, like very basic kind of questions. Then they'll go to higher level questions where you will be mentioned, like you would have mentioned some certain projects in your CV. So they'll be picking questions from there. So
Okay.
that also you will have to answer. So it depends. Like you can watch many online videos, and there are many contents in internet. So it depends where you learn from. Yeah.
Okay. Can you share your interview experience?
Yeah, my interview experience was almost like, yeah, there were 6 professors, and as I said, like one by one they started asking me questions. So 2 to 3 professors asked me questions from signal processing and EC background, and 2 to 3 professors asked me questions from machine learning and deep learning algorithms. Since this program was yeah, combined mixture of both, so they balanced it. So like they'll start from very basic things. They'll look at your level, like how much does he know. Then they'll start asking you tougher questions, and once they feel okay, it's okay. They'll just stop. That's all.
Okay. Does any prior research proposal is needed for this program?
No, as of now, like initially itself, you don't need any research proposal. Like within 1 year of your course registration or the date of joining, you need to give the research proposal. Okay. So any prior requirement is not there. Like nothing like when you apply applications itself, you don't need to fill up your research proposal.
Okay.
But there are certain IITs which do ask for research proposals in the initial applications itself. So yeah, but in NIT case of that's not the case. Like you have got a span of 1 year. Yeah.
What is the difference between MTech research and normal MTech in terms of a curriculum?
Okay, in terms of curriculum, see, in regular MTech, you will have to at least like learn some 8 to 10 subjects plus a project or internship in any companies. When you come to MTech research, the curriculum is like entirely different. You have to take a minimum of 12 credits plus a mandatory learning course, that is like 2 credit course, and then upon that you will have to complete your research thesis. So you will according to our college, like NIT Suratkal, your research thesis will only be accepted if you have got a conference paper. So within the span of 1.5 years, you need to come up with the conference paper plus research thesis.
Okay.
So like these 12 credit courses you can complete in the first semester itself, so that like you are after that you are free to do your research work.
Okay. What about fee structures?
Yeah, fee structure is almost similar to regular MTech. Like,
Okay.
yeah, so it's almost like 63,000 in the odd semester and somewhere around 37,000 in the even semester. Yeah.
What about
And
stipend?
stipend, yeah, you will get 12,400 if you have cleared gate. Like, you'll get 12,400 per month.
Okay.
So it will, yeah.
What about the duration of the course?
Yeah, duration, it depends. Like a minimum of 2 years and maximum of 4 years they have given. So within that span of year, whenever you complete your research and you defend your research thesis, you are done with the course. So
Okay.
you can decide on like how much effort you put in, like on accordance with that, your course gets completed.
Okay. Now,
That's how it goes.
now
Yeah,
comes the most important thing, placements.
yeah,
How
yeah.
is
So
placements for MTech
yeah.
research?
Yeah. So, see, for regular MTech, placement at NITK Surathkal is really good. Even for the MTech research, also the placement, like even we have got the same kind of opportunity as MTech regular MTech people have got, because we are also allowed for the same placement scenarios. Only thing is we are not allowed for the internships.
Okay.
So whatever the job placements they'll be getting through the internship, that we may not be allowed. But direct placement, direct recruitment, it's equal for both MTech as well as MTech research.
What
So
about the
yeah.
average packages?
So yeah, average package, it depends. Like last year, like it was almost like 10 lakh. I'm including regular MTech people also. So yeah, it depends. Then it varies. Like maximum it might be somewhere around 51 lakh. This year the maximum placement in NITK Surathkal was 51 lakh, and yeah, and minimum will be somewhere around 5 to 6 lakhs. And you can't always say that all the people in a class they do get placed. It depends on how we work. So it also depends on how we work, how much effort we do put on like placement scenarios, and how much dedicated we are towards our yeah things.
Okay. Then what are the companies do visit for
Okay,
placement?
companies are as far as EC is concerned, I could say Intel has visited, ABB has visited, and SI, like Silicon, like semiconductors, they have also visited. And even this year, I heard that like even Samsung is coming for recruitment process. So these are some of the big companies. And other than that, many other companies do come for business analyst and other analyst posts. So yeah, these
Okay.
are some of the big companies. Yeah.
Does this COVID pandemic affected the placement last year?
Last year, I could say out of 25 in our branch, almost 17 got placed.
Okay.
So I could say like people who were good enough, they got placed, and yeah, others, some people they'll also have certain ambitions, like they'll be going for higher studies and all. So that's also a case. But yeah, COVID has hit the placements, I could say. Yeah.
Okay. What are the career opportunities after MTech research?
Yeah, after MTech research, either we could, if you get placed in a very good company, you could go for that. You could continue your research there, or else like if you really want to pursue your career in terms of PhD, you can go for PhD directly. So you can even apply in abroad for PhD, and yeah, you could do continue your research with the single stretch. Yeah.
Can one convert their MTech research to PhD program in the span of like to this 2 years?
Yeah, he can convert, but in that case he can't complete it in the 2 years itself. Like only thing is the process will get changed. Like immediately once after he finishes his 3 courses, there is a comprehensive test he should give for a PhD.
Mm.
So that he would have to give. And one more thing is his guide should allow him to convert it into PhD. Only in that case he can convert it into a PhD program.
Okay. As a senior, what is your suggestion for MTech research aspirant?
Yeah, I would like to say, like, only if you want to pursue research, only if you want to, if you are really passionate towards research, you
Mm.
apply, you do apply for the MTech research, because here there will be one guide to guide you. Whereas, like, other than that, like, you will have to work by your own. Like,
Mm.
there is no spoon feeding kind of thing here. So right from literature survey until your paper publication, you are by your own. Of course there will be one guide to guide you, but he'll not be spoon feeding you. It's all like, all the work that whatever you do comes out as the final product in MTech research. So if you're really passionate towards research, yes, you do apply for MTech research.
Okay. That's all, Bhargav. Thank you for your
Yeah,
time.
yeah, thank you for calling me in this interview. So it was a nice experience. Thank you.
Okay.